of Minnesota's best variety of the 80s and 90s from the 651 Carpet Studio, home of the next day install. Cool 108. Cool 108. 108.
Yes, he did. He played this at the Super Bowl during his halftime performance. Glory days, Bruce Springsteen. Cool 108, Minnesota's best variety of the 80s and 90s. Rolling commercial free for a bit.
Minnesota's best variety of the 80s and 90s. Cool 108.
Cool 108, Minnesota's best variety of the 80s and 90s. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all your favorite podcasts, all in one place. Our free iHeartRadio app. If you haven't downloaded it already, go ahead and do it. We have I have a podcast called The Horrible Truth. It's got like UFOs and, aliens, conspiracy theories, things that go bump in the night, things that fall from the sky, and assorted paranormal stories. Do a search, The Horrible Truth. There's a new one up there, episode 8, with actor Nicolas Cage talking about future projects and how he got the Tiger King.
Cool 108. 108. On air, online, and on the ice. Cool 108. More of Minnesota's best variety of the 80s and 90s from the 651 Carpets Studio, home of the next day install. KQQL, Anoka, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Cool 108.
Thunderstruck, AC/DC, Cool 108, Minnesota's best variety of the 80s and 90s. And we're rolling commercial free right now with St. Elmo's Fire, John Parr.
Minnesota's best variety of the 80s and 90s. Cool 108. We're keeping it Cool 108 in Ham Lake and Rosemont.
Cool 108.
Cool 108, Minnesota's best variety of the 80s and 90s. I'm Cope, middle of the night. Resolutions, now that we're in 2021, have you done them yet? We're like 3 days in, but let's talk about that in a couple of minutes. Is it worth doing them?
Cool 108.
Cool 108, Minnesota's best variety of the 80s and 90s. Resolutions for 2021. I mean, what's the grace period that you have to actually get them in by, or do you? Can you do it any time? Well, I still haven't really prepared mine yet, but the experts say, look, 92% of people fail on these things. Okay, so why bother? Of course, but I was curious how long it takes them to fail, and that was another study. It found it was at least into mid-February. So if that's the case, I would just take the 6 weeks of whatever good, healthy thing you can do, and if you fall off the wagon, you do. But, 6 is better than 0.
After live music, Minnesota's best variety of the 80s and 90s. Cool 108 from the 651 Carpet Studio, home of the next day install.
Cool 108.
Minnesota's best variety of the 80s and 90s.
Cool 108.
Before Sam Smith got the Grammy